Today I bring you guys the Hollow, a perfect 2x1 for solos or duos. This is a 2-side symmetry base. So of course there are going to be 2 external TCs here. The upkeep on these are very low, and they are also mini Sactuary disconnectables. Now coming to one of our 2 gatehouses, we see that has visibility outside the compound. We can come in and get a look at some very nice Patrico peaks holding the compound if the walls are breached. Those should not be adobe, as they do have a larger hitbox for some reason. Wood can work perfectly fine. Coming around our compound, we see that there are shotgun traps everywhere to mess up mobility. We do have a little furnace wall here with an auto turret behind 2 chain link fences above, and here's our secondary auto turret. In total there are 4 auto turrets on the compound. We can see if we break these 3 walls, on this side they can't get by because of the furnace, and your Patrico peak is right there. Over here we have this auto turret to hold the breach originally, and then the secondary one above. This is a very nice setup with double chain link fences, allowing no one to push you. We can now come up into one of the 2 entrances to the base. We enter onto the 2nd floor, and we can see there's mobility right above us with 2 ladder hatches. One works perfectly fine though. On the 2nd floor there are 4 large boxes right here and 3 furnaces. You can switch those out to be electric furnaces. Coming down into our core, we can see it's a perfectly normal 2x1, with the upkeep on our main TC not being crazy high. We can now continue upper base and go to the 3rd floor. Here on the 3rd floor we have 8 large boxes, and it's a perfect spot to store some good loot and kits. Now finally on the 4th floor, which is our shooting floor and roof, we can see we have our battery, 2 lockers, and 2 beds. We can fit more beds there if we would want. Here, coming out to our roof, we see we have perfect wide gap angles covering most of our compound. There are also some hidden boxes here and a locker. These are unlootable. Now we can come and look at our breach peaks. Right here we have a sealed window so you can't get shot at. And now we can come to these palisade peaks. These also just give more angles across your compound, making there be no blind spots in your compound. Very nice peaks across the base. Right here we have a door drop down to allow you to get to your compound very easily without taking any damage. We have a couple more breach peaks here, just giving you more angles to peek from. These look across the world outside your compound and in. On the roof we also have 2 unbreakable turrets and 4 vending machine bunkers. I added these because there are no bunkers in this base. This is the tour of the base. I'll just tell you, these are very easy to replace. Now we can get right into the build of the base. I know some people like to see the footprint before we get started, so I'm quickly showing you. Those are our 2 external TCs. These are our wide gap foundations, and these are our gatehouses and the palisade peaks. Here's just some extra honeycomb, and of course our core right in the middle. Now to start on the build, I am going to be using B grade with metal just to make everything go faster. You can put down a simple 2x1. I like to use double doors. The outer one does need to be a double door because our jump up is closer than usual. I do this just to add more honeycomb to the TC room. So you can see our jump up is right in the middle. We can just put some more garage doors down around here. Every socket should have a garage door on it. We can now come and honeycomb the base for the 1st floor. Very simple. Up here, we can just place more garage doors. The start of this space is very simple, as it is a 2x1, of course. Now we can do a little bit of expansions. I'm actually quickly going to turn on symmetry to make it go faster. I want to place this triangle here and 2 squares, and then a triangle off that, and then another one off of that. We're going to go out 1 triangle, 1 square, and build the same on the other side. We're now going to want to add some frames so this doesn't decay. So I'm just going to show you what you'll need to add. Very simple. This is some honeycomb right there, and these frames. Now we can add our jump ups by placing half wall and then 2 triangles. On the second floor, you can pick either side to port your window, but I'm first just gonna quickly finish that gatehouse. We are gonna place 1 more triangle here for some honeycomb. And now we can continue on the second floor. You can put your door on either side. I like to put 2 single doors to create an airlock. I'm going to quickly turn off symmetry here to just build this other side and make sure we don't have any double placed. Above the single doors, you will want to keep it open. You can put a ladder hatch there now, and then later you can remove the ladder hatch if you want to have the ladder only. 1 ladder hatch and 1 ladder, but we're just going to put the ladder hatch to seal it off. Inside here, we are going to want to have a 4-box loot room, and make sure you don't actually fully upgrade that roof there. You can slap a garage door on that. Here we can put our 6 electric furnaces, and then right here is the 4-box loot room. You can choose to put a garage door or a window. The window will add some extra honeycomb. We can now start on our external TCs. We're going to want to come place 1 triangle and then 3 squares and another triangle back, and build back how I did right here. We can leave the square as we are going to build off of it. Make sure there are 4 squares in total, and then we want to build this, making sure that you do place those 2 half walls. We can now come and place our TC down. In here I like to put a single door, a garage door, and then a window on the TC. In my opinion, this is the best way to do it. This is going to be a disconnectable, so we're going to only place these, and then we can destroy these square foundations. To make sure it works, you can check by placing that, and then we can place them back. Now you have your external TCs down. The next thing you're going to want to do is work on your compound. So first, we're going to place these pieces in to make our Patrico peaks. And now we can come place our compound. For the compound, you're going to want to use 3 walls per side, in total 12 walls. You can be wood, but I just use stone. I would recommend practice placing them beforehand, because as you can see here, it is very easy to mess up, just like this. Just make sure you place them on a big enough angle to still have space for a furnace inside your compound. We can seal this off and craft metal barricades. You only need 4 to seal this compound. To place this one right here, we're going to want to build a square off and rotate it, place it right on the edge, and we can destroy that square. Right here, we're going to want to place 2 triangles and just put it right there. We can now seal a compound with this window and the door. Now you have a function compound, and you can put some large furnaces down and start smelting metal for the rest of your base. I am going to go a bit off the tour and honeycomb this, just to add more protection to the base. That does not need to be honeycombed, of course, but it just will add a bit more to the base. Now we can work on the 3rd floor which is a perfect floor for the main loot, if you would like. Right here, we can place ladder hatch frames. On this floor, there are 2 4-box loot rooms, and then our way up to the floor and the way up to the next floor. We can now come and place these ladder hatches here. If you would like, you could destroy this ladder hatch down here and place a ladder there instead, just to be able to do this little mobility a bit quicker in an online raid, or anytime you need to do it. We can seal this quickly. On this floor, you're just going to want to place garage doors on those 2 sockets and in the middle. For your 4-box loot rooms, they're very simple, just triangles. You can put windows on them for extra honeycomb, or you can put garage doors. It's up to you, whatever you feel like. Now we are on our shooting floor, which is very simple. We're going to want to build frames up from these pieces. Right here, we'll build our auto turret spot quickly. If you're having trouble placing this frame right here, it's because this metal barricade. You can place the frame first, or when you're placing the metal barricade, just make sure not to push it up against the wall all the way and pull back a bit before you place it, and it should work. We can place a floor there, and then these 2 more door frames. Now we can build up 2 more, and then we're going to want to put a solid wall here, and then a half wall above it. Solid wall, half wall, and then a window. It does look a bit goofy while you're building it, but once it's done, it'll look good. We can come place these pieces in here to get our palisade peaks. If you do have Adobe, make sure to use it, as it does give you better angles outside your compound and inside. You can put an auto turret down there. Now we can come build the wide gap section of our shooting floor. Since there is honeycomb, I am going to put the peaks like teeth to make it easier to look down. Do this if you don't have Adobe. If you do have Adobe, you can place them off the main base, and you can have this peak. Either works, but in my opinion, I do like the jagged teeth a bit more, because you will get another peak right here. As you can see, we made another peak there. If it's off the main base, you would not get that peak. I just realized I don't have symmetry on, so I'm quickly gonna finish this. Alright, I finished the rest of the base. I am now gonna turn symmetry on. To start, we're gonna want to come and seal this floor in. I am gonna turn symmetry off, just so we don't get any doubles placing. Here we can put doors like that. And we're just gonna go around and seal this in. You can put single doors here, or double doors. I'll share a reason why double doors are better later on. In here you can put lockers and batteries. I didn't put the battery in, but that right here is a perfect spot for a battery. And then you can just put lockers where I'm putting them now, and one on the other side. We can also place some beds in here. And this is why you should be using double doors or garage doors inside. I am showing you can place 3 beds if you would like. A good reason to place the double doors is just for mobility. It is easier. And I am very fussy about where I place my beds, but it's not seeming like it wants to place, so that's how it's gonna be. As you can see there, it is a bit annoying, so you should just have those double doors. Above this shelf we can put a large box and a small box. I am gonna leave the small box out for now, just make it go quicker. Here I switch out them for garage doors, just to make the mobility easier. It's good to have single doors in your base, because you will be getting a lot of armored single doors, and you don't want them to go to waste. You can place this roof piece here. It only needs to be wood, as it only protects, or it protects your auto turret and it's a drop down into our coffin. We can place these pieces here. We can see this drop down works perfectly. And I'll show you here how it protects our auto turret from grubs, which the auto turret is not there, but it would be right on that triangle there. If a grub made a tower, they would be able to shoot it out with a compound bow, but with that, they can't. Now, we can come place this window here and seal it off. You can't have it open, but I do recommend to just have it sealed off the entire time. And we're going to want to place another window right here. Now the base is almost finished. We're just going to place a couple more auto turret spots right here with the unbreakable turrets. If you don't know what these do, basically adds more, it makes it cost more HP rockets to destroy the turret from above if someone is destroying them from a minicopter. We're going to want to place these frames down for our SAM sites, which I am going to have to get from the F1 command because they aren't craftable on this build server. We can place these very easily. Up here we also have the 4 vending machine bunkers, which I'm a bit confused what I'm doing right now. But we're going to actually want to destroy these walls first, and I'll show you how to place the vending machines perfectly. It's been a while since I've been building. We can destroy these frames. I would recommend practicing this once or twice to make sure you have it on the flow. As you can see here, I did mess it up on my first try. Just put some low balls down on either side of the triangle, and then you can place this, well, if you push the main machine to the very back. It is very simple, and I'm not sure how I messed it up, but we can now come and place these frames back and place our SAM sites back. Quickly showing you that these bunkers do work, which is perfect. I would recommend upgrading them to armored or high qual, if you want to call it, as it is only 4 walls, and it's worth it for the extra raid cost. We can place an extra triangle frame there if that is not wanting to place. Now, you've built the hollow. There are a couple more roofs that you can place here, just to give yourself some more protection on it. I'm not sure what happened to that little guy there, but it seems to be all good now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.